Hey guys, this is King Crab Zero. Today I'm going to be streaming for you some American Truck Sim. I'm going to be working on trying to discover the last cities I haven't discovered yet. Because I think the last time I played, I saw that there was still a few I hadn't discovered. So let me turn down my mouse sensitivity just in case I hit that. And let me grab my gamepad and get right to it. So let me just take a quick look at the map here and see what cities we still need to discover. So, still need Astoria, Grand Coulee, Coulee. I'm going to go with Coulee. Longview, Coos Bay. See what else? Holt, Eureka. So I guess most of the. Oh man, there's still quite a few actually. Well, we'll see if we can get some out of the way then. Currently I'm right here, so I'm going to see if I can get like something that's a delivery to Longview or Astoria. It just seems like the easiest way to do it. I love how I totally missed what I was going for too. Like completely instead of hitting the next page, I like refreshed it instead. It was a really good move there. Okay, okay, let's see. Longview and Astoria. Okay, let's try the freight market then. I love how quickly those ramp up. Like, somewhat close, a little bit close, kind of getting far, still kind of getting far, and then like bam, is super far. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if there's anything out of Olympia that'd work. And is there just nothing that goes there? Okay, I think there might just be nothing that goes there, so you know what? We haven't really done this. Let's just free roam for a bit. So we'll go like this, set a flag there, and then we'll go like this to add new locations to only the end. Set a flag there. Okay, this would be the next one on the way. So yeah, I guess we'll just discover these through free roam. The cool thing about doing free roam is you still get experience and stuff, so definitely not a bad way to do it. I also kind of want to put the checkpoints fairly close to the actual um, city center on the map, because sometimes, it's not often, but sometimes I know that if you're not like right next to the name, like sometimes it doesn't discover them. So really going to try our best to try and get these. Okay, let's see here. Um, cool. I don't know how that one's not discovered. I feel kind of conned on that one. I also feel kind of conned on this one. Jesus. Okay. Oh my god. You know what this is? This is going to be a massive just stream of like only driving from town to town. Hmm. Oh man. I don't feel like there's necessarily a great way to get all these ones. Because I could set page and then try to catch all of them, but I don't feel like that's going to be that optimal. So I think what I'll do is we'll set one for Camp Verde here. Oh, wait. How many? Oh, I guess I already have 10 waypoints or whatever. So yeah, we'll just let's keep going. Discover everything as we can then. Not gonna do any jobs to the stream apparently. But the cool thing is we have enough passive income that that's not gonna feel too bad, so. Let's go this way. Not really, a well-marked way to exit here, so we'll go this way. Okay, cool. Looks like that was the right way. And we gotta go through these kind of small gate areas. You know what the hard part here is going to be is since like I'm just free roaming all of these to try and find the or discover the towns that I haven't discovered. I'm going to be very apt to like speed because your truck goes so much faster when you're not carrying a load. So okay, let's try to keep it under control, but there's no guarantees of that. I guess it'll make it easy to, get into traffic and stuff when I can actually get up to speed really quick. So that's a positive. Yeah, the other day though, I was looking at the map and I was like, man, there are so many towns that I have not discovered still. And I was going to see if I could like find loads that would take me to them, but apparently like some places trying to get a load to those specific places is hard, so. We'll just free roam the ones that, we couldn't do the natural, organic way. So, yeah. It'll just be a nice discovery stream. Then with the passive income that we would get, we'll probably be able to add some garage and stuff, so that'll be cool too. We'll see though, we'll see. I think that the estimated time on my navigational thing is for the whole trip so far that I have planned out here. Because if that was just to the next location, that would be absurd. But no, I think that's for the whole trip, so we'll see. If it's going to take that long already, though, yeah, we might only get this first, like, little bit of, like, towns discovered before the stream ends. Because I think that would be Like, that in itself is already a bit over 2 hours worth of time, so... I guess we'll see, though. We'll see if it does take that long or longer, and, you know, how we're feeling once we get all these towns discovered. I'm already committed to discovering the ones I've already marked, though, so... yeah, at least expect me for the next couple of hours or more. Okay, we'll speed just a little bit. Like, I could probably just throw all caution to the wind and just speed the whole time. Like, you know, do like 90 the whole time or something. But I don't know. I don't think that would work out for the sense of discovery, the sense of adventure. Oh my god, I messed up. I messed up real bad already. I was not paying attention to the map, so that's on me. Let's hope that this is just a one-off, like, little mistake, though, and that it's not indicative of how the whole night's gonna go. Because sometimes it is indicative of that, and it's like, oh my god, this isn't working out the way I was hoping it would. Wait. Okay. You know what? I don't know how that turn was supposed to work, so we're just gonna go like that. I've, like, I don't know. I've never seen a turn quite like that in real life, so did not register what to do. I think my missing the first X I need is probably just going to be indicative of how tonight's going to go. I think that's what this means. It's going to be a rough one. You guys are in for a slog. I'm in for a slog too. We're in this together, though. Okay, I guess I won't get around this guy. I'll stay behind the slow hay truck, I guess. Oh, look at this though, we're about to our first town, so hopefully this lets us discover it. Wait. Nah, I think I need to be in this lane. That's what it looks like on here. Okay, cool. Gonna grab an energy drink really quick since this will probably be a little bit of a long one. And I also realized I forgot to take my multivitamins and stuff. Oh my god. That light went quicker than expected. One of these times we'll get to like a red or a rest area or something, and then I'm going to take that opportunity to crack open this energy drink, and also to take my daily multivitamin that I forgot to take. So we'll see when that happens, though. Man, this truck in front of me is going pretty slow. If there was like a lane to pass him, I would definitely pass him right now. Or if it was like, a passing like line, I would definitely go for it. But it is not, so sadly, I will not. It tells me not to take that. It tells me to like turn right here. So we'll follow its instructions, but we'll be confused about why we're doing this versus taking what would have been the easier option. Oh man. Oh, look at that. No more rain. Cool. Yeah, we got him. But there's still no passing lane. I think today is going to be like aggravated driving simulator, as I end up behind like everyone that's just super slow and who can't do the speed limit, and who's probably going to do like the worst driving maneuvers. Look at that boat. It was yellow, man. I feel conned. That was also yellow. But it didn't find me for going through that yellow, so I guess that's alright. It did find me for the prior yellow. This game, like, sometimes it just it'll get you for going through a yellow if it thinks like you should just waited instead. Oh man, I'm gonna try and squeeze that truck out. I discovered a new viewpoint. Where's that viewpoint at? Oh, I guess it's right up there. Mr. Truck, if you could, like, let me merge. I'm going to try and get to that viewpoint. There we go. Is this the way? No. A little bit further up. There we go. This is the way. Cool. I guess while we're discovering new towns with, just free roaming, we can at least also discover the viewpoints and stuff, so this will be the opportunity that I take to remember to take my multivitamins and stuff and crack open this energy drink. That bridge is pretty cool. I mean, I've never seen it in real life, but yeah, right now it looks pretty cool, so. No, that was worth seeing. I guess while we're here, we might as well get some rest in too. Works out perfectly. Oh, and look at that. We have the money for, like, a new truck and stuff in our fleet, so. This is going to be the most interesting way of, like, adding people to our fleet. It's just me driving around at random. Yeah, we'll just add some trucks. Basically, I already hired a whole bunch of people, so that way I don't have to worry about keeping up with them, so. Because sometimes I think it's a little bit of a pain when you have to, like, every time you buy an extra truck or something, like, you have to go through the staffing thing. Like, you know what? If we just staff this up, we'll be fine. We only have to worry about it. So, there we go. They'll earn me money while I take my joyride. My little bit of I can't really call it a booze cruise, but it's definitely a cruise. A nice little land cruise. Yeah, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, but if I do, I think near here, I think sometimes you can see a Free Willy reference. I could be wrong, but I think this is the place for it. I wonder what happens, like, if you are past these barriers when they lift up the road sections in game. Because I know with these barriers, like, when they start to go down, There'll actually be kind of like an invisible wall that it forms that'll stop you from going. Which is a pain because, like, I remember one time in one of my earlier streams, I actually had the worst timing with one of those. It wasn't on, like, a bridge, but it was on the... it was on the train track, and yeah, it basically crashed my rig because, like, that invisible wall actually counted like hitting the wall. A Free Willy? Oh, man. I mean, you know, maybe you just gotta, like, protect yourself from Free Willy. And given the actual reference for that too, I don't trust orcas either, so... A Free Willy or a Free Orca, neither of those are trustworthy. Orcas are like the scumbags of the aquatic world, them and dolphins. Don't get me wrong, they're entertaining. But they do some real fucked up shit, so... Wouldn't trust them as much, like, basically, you should trust them as much as you trust a Free Willy. It's probably not looking out for you. It's probably going to cause you some sort of distress. See, I feel like the problem with, like, orcas and dolphins and stuff versus, like, sharks is that, like, sharks, as you've pointed out, Ryan, are, like, just big dumb animals. And then orcas and dolphins and stuff, like, they're pretty intelligent, so they use that intelligence in ways that is definitely not above board, at least not by human definitions, so... Yeah, Ryan, I'm going around and, oh yeah, they definitely do. Yeah, being stranded in the water with, like, an orca and a dolphin would be, like, a worst case scenario. It's like, a shark, they're surprisingly, you know, easy to scare off. I mean, there's plenty of stories of people just, like, bapping them on the nose enough times, because, like, sharks have a lot of nerves and stuff up there that, you know, a shark will give up because it's like, this isn't worth it. Like, most of the food I try to eat just kind of, like, lets me eat it, whereas whatever I'm trying to eat right now is causing me some sort of pain. So, but yeah, an orca or a dolphin, or, like, you know, I guess they also generally travel in, like, packs or whatever. You know, the pack of those, or whatever you call them, like, yeah, they'll make your life hell. And then they might eat you, they might rape you, they might, like, do some other fucked up thing to you. But you don't know what they're gonna do. They might just, you know, be your friend, who knows? Their ability to reason is, like, a real problem, though, because, like, they might do something that they think is reasonable, but you think is absolutely unreasonable. Yeah, no, Ryan, I'm going to, just going to be free roaming this whole time and discovering some towns I haven't put on the map yet, so like some sort of like ghetto cartographer that's just discovering, map points that are already on the map, just that I haven't discovered yet. A lot of those towns are in, the CCP, the Communist Californian political region, we'll call it. I mean, that's true. You could at least get a chance of, like, having orcas on your side, but they're kind of like wild cards. It's like, maybe they're on your side, or maybe they just, like, rape you and then, like, beat you up and then, like, eat you, or maybe just leave you dead in the water. Who knows? Like, I don't know. Aquatic mammals are like, they run such a gambit of like, oh look, they're pretty cool, to like, oh look, they're fucking dicks. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a detour here because it looks like there might be a viewpoint to the right. So, let's see, that's coming up really quick here. Cool. Yep, it is a viewpoint. I figured that's what it'd be, since I couldn't imagine it being a recruitment agency out in the middle of nowhere, and then I don't think there's too much else. Well, it couldn't be a recruitment agency or a truck dealer, so not really anything else it could have been with a question mark like that. Cool, another viewpoint. I'm just going to get all the views out of the way on what's probably going to be a fairly long stream of me just, like, free driving through so many different towns. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I imagine that's pretty ugly. You know, orcas, like, they look super cool. Like, honestly, they're probably one of the cooler looking aquatic sea mammals, but I don't know that I'd ever want to swim with them or anything like that. Yeah. Being up close, being able to touch one, like if it's in captivity, would be cool, but yeah. People that like swim with dolphins or swim with orcas or stuff, it's like, no. That seems like a good way for something to go wrong. I think that goes back to the fact, though, that a lot of like, basically, I think most mammals have the ability for some level of, you know, more critical thought. So, obviously, for how various species use that, or what the extent of that is, you know, that also runs a gambit, but yeah. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, it kind of makes mammals one of those things where you can't really expect what their reaction's going to be a lot of times. And if that's just like a house cat or like a small dog or something where it's like, oh, if this thing has a bad reaction, like I don't really care because there's nothing you can really do to me, it's like cool. But when it's a bigger animal that could easily kill you, maim you, cause you some sort of distress, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. Right, that's fair. Like if I'm on like the beach at the ocean, I don't mind being in like kind of the shallow parts of that. Which if you're in the shallower parts towards the beach, you don't really have to worry about dolphins, orcas, most other um, aquatic things like that. Oh man. I stopped, and then like when I stopped, it somehow shifted into reverse there. So when I tried to like go forward a little bit, it just put me back in reverse and just made me go backwards. It was not great. I get that. Yeah, no, like I've definitely swam in some places where it's like I felt a little bit sketched out about swimming in them, but yeah, the ocean, like that one, it's like I definitely don't want to swim out too deep. I don't mind so much being out like swimming in like a lake or something, because you can kind of go fairly deep into a lake with no worries, or to deeper parts of the lake with no worries. Yeah, like the ocean, it's like I don't want to get too far away from shore, especially because it's like you could get dragged out even further by something like a riptide, and then yeah, it just makes it go from like, oh, I was going to stay right next to the shore to oh, hey, look at that, I'm liking the deeper parts now. I mean, even like being at the shore of a beach is still kind of a little bit of a risk, because you could always have something like a jellyfish or something like that float up, to the shallower parts and get you. Heard plenty of stories like that where people have been, kind of towards the shallow end, and then, a man-of-war jellyfish or something like that, gets swept up and, brushes against them, so they get those terrible stings, or, maybe even a blue-ringed octopus or something. Like something that's going to cause them either excruciating pain or potentially death. So, I don't know, the ocean's kind of a scary, dangerous place when you think about it. That's not to say that, like, ponds or lakes aren't, like, free of weird stuff like that either. I remember one pond that my dad and I had swam in once, like, when we had got out, we discovered these, like, carcasses of these beetles, and these things were so huge. Like, let me tell you, they were gigantic. Like, at least as long as, like, from the tip of my middle finger to, like, the bottom of my palm. Probably a little bit longer. And then, like, probably a couple of inches wide. Or maybe inch and a half wide. But goddamn, they were... they were terrifying looking. Like, we didn't see any live ones in the water, but we definitely saw those carcasses of them, and it was it was definitely a little bit scary. Yeah, that makes sense. When I visited the ocean, it was down in California many years ago, which, yeah, I spent a little bit of time in the water, but most of the time I spent on the beach was digging for sand crabs. I don't know what it is, but I do enjoy digging for sand crabs, and sand crabs are kind of interesting looking, so I would do it again if I went to the beach too. I can't really think of too many cool things to dig for, like in rivers and lakes and stuff, though. Like, you can definitely dig for, like, clams and stuff, but I don't know. Those can be a little bit hard to find sometimes. Sand crabs, like, they just seem so common that you can find them, like, anywhere on the beach, and they're super easy to find, too, so... Right? That's 100% fair. The one that I'm always a little bit wary of is like reservoirs, like especially if you're kind of close to the dam. Because I'm always just like, I don't know. I don't know if it's dangerous to swim near a dam, but like part of me just feels like it would be, since obviously that water has to like get ran through that dam somehow. And I've seen some of those big funnels that they have that the water collects in, and it just, I don't know, always off-putting to me. I don't know if like there is any danger there, but it just feels like there would be. Oh, that, or like when you see those like kind of vortexes form in water and stuff. You know what? This just all goes back to like humans belong on land. We don't belong in the water. I like swimming and stuff like that, but like we definitely don't belong in the water. uh, that's fair. I'm not willing to risk, like, I'm not willing to roll the dice on the reservoir risks. I am willing to do it on like just regular lake or a river or a stream. The river, it's like I don't ever really go out any further than when I can still stand on stuff. Because river currents are always deceptive. Like, rivers always look much calmer than they generally are. So it's like it's easy to get swept away if you're not like being super careful. You know, I wouldn't mind going on, like, I've been on a cruise before, and I wouldn't mind going on another cruise, but diving, like, actual diving, I don't know about that. If it's beyond, like, my normal diving limits of just, like, 10 feet or whatever, basically as far as you could really dive into a pool, then I'm not interested in it, because there's so many risks for diving. Like, you just hear all these risks of free diving that, you get the bends or other terrible things can happen to you. And yeah, I'm just not willing to take those risks. I like swimming, and I like a little bit of diving, but I don't like, anything that's overly risky, so... Oh my god, I got lucky there. I caught one of these green for once. I always catch these on red. Especially in real life, too. Yeah, it's pretty funny though. Like, I'd rather be out in like the middle of the wilderness than to be like stuck in the middle of a lake or something. It's like, yeah, if you're in the middle of a lake, you can probably make it to shore, but it just seems much more risky. Whereas it's like, if you're out in the middle of the wilderness, like, you might have a harder time navigating back to society, but on the flip side, you know, even if you don't have the quick ability to get back to society, you can at least, you know, survive for longer. Like, it's definitely easier to survive on land than in water. And don't get me wrong, I've heard some impressive, like, stories of people, like, surviving in places that, like, in the ocean and stuff, where it's like, there's no way they should have survived. But on the flip side, those stories are less common than people like surviving the wilderness, because your odds in the wilderness are much better. Thor's well. Oh my god. Let's see this well. Oh, look at that. It's one of those you know, little water vortex things. Forget what they call those, but oh man. Like, I just feel like getting sucked into something like that would probably be death. Because it's like you're getting buried not only under like a whole bunch of water, but it's probably going to suck you into the earth a bit too. So, don't think it's a survivable situation. Oh, I agree. Fully agree. Land mammals do much better on land. It's amazing. You know, it's almost like it's in the title for them. Yeah, I feel, you know, here's the big thing though. Land mammals do better in the ocean than like sea mammals do on land. Like, a land mammal can survive sometime in the ocean, where it's like sea mammals, if they get stuck on land, they're beyond fucked usually. Usually it requires the help of land mammals at that point to help them. So, I think we at least got sea mammals in that regard. uh, like, you know, I guess I wouldn't be so upset of, you know, encountering like a pod of orcas or something if it was on land. I think my odds of survival are pretty good then. uh. Yeah, that's a strong preference, you know. Yeah, well, you see what it is. It's like if you go with the theory that like all life started in the ocean or something, it's like Well, obviously, we're better equipped for everything since you know we're on what's harder to survive on theoretically. I feel like that should be the absurd basis for a show. You know how there's always those shows like where people like have to deal with something that they're not used to. We need one where it's like, yeah, we put a land mammal in the sea, and then we put a sea mammal on land. We're gonna see which one survives longer. It wouldn't last long because obviously you couldn't at that point since you'd be killing animals, and that's just not great. But it'd be interesting for like the half a season that it's on, and for the stories of however it gets greenlit, you know. God damn, man. Oh, Greenpeace would burn your studio down so quick. uh, it'll be the show of the season. Everyone will watch it because like, you know, it'll get so much negative press, and you know, when things get negative press, it's like everyone wants to see what it's all about. So yeah, it'll be good. I mean, it won't necessarily be good per se, but it'll do good. Greenpeace burning the studio down would be like the best thing that could happen to it. That's like you know, glaring like that's an amazing review almost. Aw, sweet, I just got an achievement. I unlocked the beaver state. Yeah, I was checking my achievements in this game before I started the stream today, and I only had like 25 out of like 75, I think it was. Which, I think a lot of that's probably, yeah, discovering all these different towns and stuff. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of it, but I feel like discovering all these different towns and stuff will really help on that, so... I always find like that funny about all these countries that Greenpeace like tries to harass about whaling, because it's like there's Japan, and then there's like a whole bunch of like Nordic type countries that still enjoy whaling and stuff, and they just usually kind of give Greenpeace the finger, like, ah, hey, fuck you, we're still gonna do what we're doing. And besides, you know, it wouldn't be the first time Japan's basically told the world, like, yeah, fuck you. I always love that clip from, like, the, you know, original League of Nations, where it's like, Japan cannot accept these terms, or whatever, and, like, Japan just walks, like, the Japanese representatives walk out of the room, and everyone just kind of like, what do we do? I feel like the big problem with like a lot of these Greenpeace people is like they're usually from like decently wealthy families. So they haven't really had to like survive per se, like everything's kind of just been handed to them, like, you know, they've just lived life. So when it comes to these Japanese people, where it's like some of their survival is like based upon some of these whale products sometimes. They just don't understand it. So yeah, I could see why Japanese whalers would be apt to arm themselves to protect themselves from Greenpeacers. Since it's like, well, you know, my survival kind of depends on me actually collecting some whale products and stuff. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've heard, I think, that some of those, like, Nordic countries that still do whaling have also done the same. Like, they've kind of armed themselves as well to fend off, like, any Greenpeacers. Because, again, it's like, oh, yeah, whales are cool, but, like, human survival is also pretty cool, so... what makes you think that the whales are worth more than some people's survival? I mean, if Greenpeacers are willing to, like, you know, say that they don't want these people to survive and go out and personally, like, you know, take them out while whaling, then they could at least, you know, claim, like, oh, we think whales are that important. But just to be like, oh, we're going to harass them, but once shit gets real, we're going to leave. It's kind of like, nah. You're just kind of, you're not really as into it as you're trying to claim. Ooh, a train. I can hear a train. And honestly, if it came down to a match between, like, a Greenpeacer and a whaler, I think my money's on the whaler. I think they're probably more likely to win whatever battle might be ahead of them. Oh, I just realized I've gotten enough income for another truck here. Let's do that really quick. Truck purchase? Truck dealers. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I could see that. You know, I feel like a whaler, I could probably understand them, you know, much more on a personal level, or like a level than a Greenpeacer. It's like, yeah, you're just trying to put in hard work and survive. Like, it's pretty respectable. Man, we got some of that ultra premium darkness out here today. I guess some of that high dollar darkness. It requires the brights. Okay, there needs to be, like, more passing lanes. If I were to ever become president, I'm gonna be like, there needs to be, like, a passing lane on every corner. Which is going to be the stupidest fucking campaign statement anyone's ever made, but... oh, man. Yeah, with how much I get stuck behind people in this game, and, how much you have to deal with people in real life just slowing you down. I could see people being behind that sort of movement. Oh, that's fair. Like, I've never gotten these like types of environmentalists that are so willing to like hurt, maim, injure, kill, or like economically destroy people. You know, just because they feel like, oh, we need to protect this or we need to protect that. I mean, it's like when you hear of environmentalists spiking trees, where a lot of times the outcome of that's like if a logger hits it, it very well may kick their like chainsaw back into them, and like they might get maimed, killed, disfigured, or any other sort of like terrible thing. Huh. Well, that was interesting. I somehow stalled an automatic transmission. Oh, man. But no, I think in the grand scheme of things, as a human, I much more appreciate human life than, that of some random animal, whether it be another mammal or not. It's like, a person I can connect with on a personal level because they're people. Like, unless something's a pet, I don't think you can really connect to it on too personal of a level, so. And you might be able to appreciate, like, their existence, and they might be able to appreciate your existence, but generally speaking, like, some other species isn't going to care about your survival or not, generally speaking. So you shouldn't necessarily care about their survival. I'm not saying that, oh, we should go off our way to, like, try to make things go extinct or anything. Like, obviously, that'd be a terrible idea. On the flip side, like, again, we shouldn't cause ruin for people's lives just because, we don't want to kill a few whales or something. I know, I'm one of those dirty Catholics. Gross, I know. Well, that's fair. I mean, people should look out for people. Doesn't make sense to like, try and put like all these other animals above people. It's like, people are what you should connect with since we're all human. Oh man, that's pretty awesome. Also, I've never had this one before. Agricultural inspection ahead. Huh. Yeah, no, is the Pope Catholic? Yeah, he used to be. Anymore, that's probably a solid no. Pope Francis definitely does not act like he's strong Catholic or anything. You know what? That just makes me wonder, like, I wonder if there's any chance that I could be carrying, like, illegal fruit or illegal goods in this game. Because I've never had that agricultural inspection thing happen before, so... Yep. See, that was always one of the things, like, growing up Catholic, the idea of papal infallibility was always like, wait, what? And like, I feel like now, like, I mean, we've discussed this, but now especially, papal infallibility makes no sense. Because you got, like, Francis, who's like, oh yeah, traditional Catholics are terrible. It's like, wait, this is the guy who has papal infallibility? The guy who thinks that traditional Catholicism is wrong? Like, I don't know, that sounds a little bit off to me. Oh, looks like we're about to come on a viewpoint, guys. Wait, is this a redwood forest? Are we in, like, the communist state of California right now? Oh, man. I remember when I worked in car rental, I mean, I'm sure you've talked to people, like several people with the same opinion too, but I know when I worked in car rental, like, it was not uncommon to get people that were moving here who would, refer to California as the communist state of California. Like, seems like a lot of people that moved out here from California did not have a positive opinion on California. Well, it's like, how do you defeat the idea of papal infallibility? Well, has a pope ever had a differing opinion from another pope? If so, papal infallibility doesn't work. Because if it did work, no pope should ever have a differing opinion, because papal infallibility gives you the idea that the pope's, perfect. There's no way that what they're saying could be wrong. So that means that no pope should ever contradict another pope at that point. But since there are plenty of contradictions between popes, kind of proves that papal infallibility does not work as a system. Yeah, I don't know how that ever became an idea either. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, if you even spend like a few minutes thinking about it, you can easily be like, well, this idea just does not work. Like, this doctrine is stupid in every regard, because yeah, with the littlest amount of thought, you can come to the conclusion that this has not worked and it will not work. And if it did work, or if it could work, like, it historically has not worked. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they still push it as a thing. I feel like they should have gotten past it, as soon as the first pope contradicted another pope, and like, well, this hasn't worked. Here's what it is. We're gonna call it like the Trinity of rational thought. That obviously, just like God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit are all the same being. Obviously, papal ideas are obviously all right, all wrong, and all in the middle somewhere at the same time. So it's the Trinity of papal infallibility. That all of their ideas are simultaneously right, wrong, and neither at the same moment in time. So that's where you just have to hit me with, like, well, the Trinity is applied to, like, God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus are different, though. Because obviously that's a celestial entity versus, human irrationality. So I was trying to make like a counter argument there, Ryan. You don't have to type everything out in caps there. No, that's fair. 100% fair. I was just presenting it because, like, it's funny. It's like, obviously a lot of Catholics have a hard time with, like, sometimes understanding the Trinity and stuff. So it's like, I wanted to throw it out there that obviously, like, this idea of papal infallibility is confusing as, like, the Trinity to some people. Except, you can make cases for, like, how the Trinity can make sense, whereas you cannot make that case for papal infallibility, because it makes no sense. 0 sense. No sense at all. Probably. Like, one pope probably said one thing about the Trinity, and another pope probably said something else, and it's like, well, they're both right, so. I don't know how papal infallibility hasn't, like, caused more of a divide between, like, Catholics and the Catholic Church. You'd honestly think it would cause some sort of separation, since, I mean, I shouldn't say, like, that it hasn't caused some sort of separation, but you'd think it would have caused more separation, because, yeah, like, people would be like, well, the Pope said this, and then, like, the next Pope would come along, it's like, well, they contradicted this Pope that I like, so we're just not going to recognize them. So, yeah, I don't know how it hasn't caused more fracturing, like, to a deeper, greater extent, Oh man, I just passed like a quarter of this whole thing, this whole ordeal. Oh man, this is gonna be a long stream just because of like this absurd idea of like I need to discover a whole bunch of towns that I haven't discovered yet. And to do that, I'm going to drive to all of them because that's just the fairest way to do it. I could probably quick travel and like really cut down on the time, but that would take like half the fun out of it, you know? Okay, this is California. At some point, if this is the freeway, it's probably going to tell me I can only do 50. Or not 50, 55. Whereas the regular cars can do like 65. And I'm going to be like, what the hell? This is slow. You would think, like, I don't know, I think cars can do more efficient than... Because I'm guessing that the 55 is probably for fuel efficiency, knowing California. But I feel like modern cars, like, I think they can go a bit faster without getting too fuel inefficient, just because of different gearings and different power and stuff like that in the engine, so... 55 it is, though. Well, I would hope that the more traditional Catholics don't just assimilate into this like idea of oh, traditional Catholicism is terrible, because at that point, like, if you just assimilate, it's kind of like, what's Catholicism even at that point? Like, you have all this tradition, and then you just like suddenly turn your back on, and it's like, well, what do you guys believe in then? Since obviously you just turned your backs on your beliefs. I feel like what would be the best case scenario for like Roman Catholicism is to just turn away from a papacy and then just you know, basically just, yeah, turn back into, you know, kind of an orthodox way of having like the appellate structure, since it's like, yeah, papacy didn't really work out, people can be wrong, so we need to acknowledge that, so let's make it so that we have a patriarch, but obviously we can question them if they're wrong. So like, I wouldn't necessarily hope for schism. I would just hope that they restructure things and just be like, we were wrong. This was bullshit. We fucked up. Let's fix the system. But if they can't fix the system, then a schism would probably be the best bet. So I do agree with you there. It's like a schism would be better than assimilation, but personally, I would think that if they could find some way to just switch up the system, like, and get rid of the papacy, like that would be my top solution. Just get rid of the papacy, go back to a more traditional structure, and then accept that, like, whoever your patriarch or whatever is can be wrong. Because I feel like a lot of people are hung up on the idea of like, oh, the person I believe in has to be perfect. You know, people cannot be, like, they cannot have their own faults. And it's like, that's just not the case. Like, everyone has faults. So to just try and eliminate this idea that your leader can have a fault or else you can't respect him is just stupid. It's like, you have to accept that they can have faults, and you just have to accept that, yeah, you should only follow them as long as their faults are, like, within, like, an acceptable level for yourself. I mean, it really depends. Like, I'm sure if they, like, were able to put together, you know, a new council and, just have that new council, eliminate the papacy. But I guess that would also basically probably not work, because I'm sure that the people in the council would be the same people that, you know, would still want the papacy. Okay, let's eliminate this checkpoint, because I've already discovered the town I wanted to. I guess that's fair. They could just go back to the Orthodox Church. I feel like people are less likely to convert than, you know, stay in their church. It's just, if they could fix their church, that'd be the best bet. Because that would give you probably the most people who are still, like, traditional value Catholics, who might just be hesitant to change up what church they're in, but who still have the beliefs that would put them more in line with, like, an Orthodox church. Well, thank you, Wilbur Flores, for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Man, another agricultural station. You know, every follow is always appreciated on Twitch. And I do appreciate that I was able to get the Streamlabs bot working, the Streamlabs cloud bot, so look at that. It even announces things for me now. Cool. I guess for that, like, if you're interested, like, there are channel points and stuff you can earn. I haven't really determined, like, what the rewards and redemptions are for them yet, but you can definitely earn them through the Streamlabs cloud bot. So I wish I could figure out a way to basically make it so I can display a full list of the commands. Once I figure that out, I'll be all set. I also wish I could set that up for YouTube. That'd be pretty cool. But there isn't really a system in place for that, to do it to YouTube. I'll have to see if, like, maybe, like, Nightbot or something would work for YouTube, or if there is an equivalent. I guess maybe the reason why there might not be equivalent is because you can do, like, whispers and stuff on Twitch. I don't know that you can do anything like that on YouTube. I honestly can't believe I'm passing this car right now. They can go faster than me. Oh, man. How terrible it would be if I could go 65, you know, in a zone that cars could go 65. Just, you know, I'm driving a truck, so it'd obviously be some sort of terrorism. uh... Oh man, Ryan. I don't know that you like. I guess you probably didn't hear because it was something that Sam and I had announced in our last stream. But Sam and I are going to try and do a 24-hour stream. It's going to be amazing, and it's probably going to be like tiring as fuck. So I might be a little bit late to hang out on a Monday night, but I'm still down to hang out on Monday night. Basically, though, we plan on streaming from like Sunday night up until Monday night. You know, full 24 hours. We'll see, though. We'll see. It's funny too because the only reason like that, yeah, was like, oh, we should do this was mostly because it's like Sam was like, oh, you know, why don't you do a 24-hour stream? I was like, I'll do it this Sunday if you if under two conditions. He has to bring me chicken, and then we'll be streaming Stardew, so he has to do it with me too. So if I have to do it, I'm taking him down with me. Wait, what were you correcting the third party for? Like, Jesus, why did I get charged for that? That person ran into me. It scared the shit out of me, too. I was trying to see if I missed a message from you, Ryan, because, like, I didn't see a song that needed the third-party correction, but goddamn, that scared me. I was like looking away, and then like all of a sudden, crunch, and I was like, "What the hell?" I got sideswiped, and I got blamed for it. Fuck. Ah, God. Maybe I just need to cut down my caffeine intake. Maybe that's why, yeah, it scared me. I guess scared is the wrong word, you know. More like startled. I was startled. Oh, it censored you? Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Wait. I thought you had the solution to get around like YouTube censorship, bud. Called quotation marks. uh Okay, the vehicles in this game are driving like idiots, but I'm gonna check really quick to see if like I can at least see a mod view in YouTube. Just to see if like it'll let me know. Okay, excuse me really quick here. Okay. Yeah, that's surprising. Like it didn't even like give me a moderator view of it to be like, hey, do you want to let this message through or anything? So, man, how offensive was the thing that you said, Ryan? Jesus. Like you said some things that are fairly offensive in the past, and usually YouTube will let them slip on through. But man, you must have said something really offensive. Oh man, you know what? They must have figured it out. They must have figured it out. uh, that was pretty funny though. That like that was the way to get around a lot of censorship. It was just you add quotation marks, and it's like all of a sudden, whatever you said was perfectly copacetic. You know, like it could be something terrible, but as long as you put quotation marks, it's like nope. Whatever he said is perfectly fine. Eh. Wait, St. George is in Utah, but this makes it look like it's in Arizona. It was trying to throw me off there. Oh man, let's just. I hope it's not like so offensive that I'm going to get in trouble for it. Okay. Is this part of what you were trying to say? Like, is this what they're trying to censor out? Oh. Oh my god. Oh, you know what it probably is probably the terrorist part. Let's turn this a little rest area. That's that's surprising that that got censored. Like that is some of the tamest stuff you've ever said. So I don't know why they're like, oh man, we need to censor this. Actually, let's go like this. That's pretty funny, though. You know what's actually funny? I mean, obviously, I generally vote third party. But what else is actually funny is I actually have, like, one or two Region 2 DVDs in my collection. I just need to get, like, a Region 2 DVD player. Ah, nice. Yeah, no, like, I have a couple of Region 2 DVDs. So I need to get, like, either a Region 2 player or a Region Free player. Because basically, they were really cool collector's editions that were obviously different from the, editions I could have got in the US. So I was like, I'm gonna buy them, and eventually I'll get the DVD player that can actually play them. I don't know why there's such a like stink on Region 2 DVDs, like, or any other region of DVD. It's kind of like, come on, if someone's like, yeah, ordering regular DVDs or something, just let them order it. And if you're so suspicious of it, like, why not just, invest in some like region-free DVD or Blu-ray players so you can check that it doesn't have propaganda on it, you know? Though to be fair, like, when I ordered them, I had ordered them from I think like Amazon. Well, one of them I think I ordered from Amazon. And I think the other I had ordered from another. It might have been Amazon as well. Who knows? But still, it's like, it's interesting to me that your Region 2 DVD got flagged and returned for, being Region 2, where it's like, mine wasn't flagged or returned because it was ordered by, a bigger business or something. So it's like, what makes it that, like, a business should be able to import this when a regular citizen shouldn't be able to, you know? Because honestly, that's just your restrictions of your freedoms. And if corporations or people, then they should be held to the same standards as people, so. Oh, man. That one's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I've seen that one. Not 100% sure. I think, because I remember I saw a few movies, like 2 or 3 movies in a row by that same director, and I think Soylent Green was one of them. I think it was the same director anyway. I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up, because I don't know. Part of me feels like that's a what's his name? He's famous for body horror. What is this, Dog Day Afternoon? Attica. What's gonna be funny, Ryan, is like, you're finding all these ways around like YouTube censorship. So YouTube's just gonna like step up their censorship game. They're gonna be like, oh, you can do it this way. Well, now we've developed something that, reads across multiple messages to see if there's any hidden meanings. You're gonna learn cryptography after that, and then like they're going to introduce cryptography into like their machines, like AI. Just gonna have to stay one step ahead. Oh my god. I was trying to like figure out your message, and I almost missed this turn. Oh, Eureka. Oh wait, I have to buy another. Well, I don't know. Should I upgrade it? Yeah, we'll buy a couple of trucks. Yeah, that's what we'll do. See, this whole trip across the nation's obviously so I can just like let all of my employees pay for new trucks and stuff. I'm letting them all finance my fleet. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm just passing collective income, and I'll let them do all the footwork for me. God. I'm just going to take the lazy approach to hiring people. I'm going to be like, ah, fuck it. My mother's a hamster and my dad smells like elderberries. Man. Or I guess my father. But still, that is such the insult, Ryan. I'm very offended, super offended. I'm going to have to post about it on social media how offended I am, and I'm going to have to rally a campaign to get you canceled, obviously, because I'm so offended, just the most. And you know, when you're offended by something, you cry about it on the internet. It's the only way to do it. See, my big question here, though, is what does an elderberry taste like? I mean, I don't know what it smells like, but I'm more interested in like what the taste of an elderberry would be. It's, oh my god, I find it funny that like I discovered Eureka from so far away, but to discover like the last town, I'd like um, literally like be right next to it. Are you saying that that quote actually gets censored? Because if that quote gets censored, like whoa, that would be. I don't know. It's all dystopian, man. You know, people are just like way too willing to accept censorship and stuff. And I'm like, you know, censorship is a slippery slope. Like, if you just allow it to happen, like, it's only a matter of time until it happens to you, you know? Like, you read things like 1984, and you think to yourself, like, there's no way that this could ever happen. Like, who would want this to happen? And then, like, you watch people, like, cry for, like, you know, censoring others and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, that's how this happens, is that, people, people will, you know, they'll let it happen when they think that it's only going to work in their favor. But that's not how things work. Like, you know, the government's not always going to be in your corner unless you're the person on top. So yeah, I don't get how people are like, oh yeah, we should have like government sent like. I mean, they don't like to call it that. They like to, you know, say it's basically to keep chat and talking and all that stuff, you know, to keep it, you know, clean or clear, non-offensive or something. Like, I just don't get it. It's like, okay, you would give your government the ability to limit your speech just because you're afraid that someone might say something offensive to you. Doesn't make any sense. Because that just means that eventually the government will keep expanding that power until you get to the point where you can't even complain about your own government because, you know, they take offense to that. Or they say it's a public offense. So, yeah, like, I don't get how people can even manage that in places like Britain or I know Canada has a bit of that going on because, like, literally they've started finding comedians for offensive jokes. Oh, no worries, Ryan. I'll be here. I'm taking what should probably have been like a 2-hour, you know, in-game trip. Well, a 2-hour trip in general. And I'm turning into like probably what's going to be a 4-hour trip. So I'll be here for a while, but tree maps almost looked like it was lagging there for a moment. Had to look at that and be like, is that lagging? Like, is that going to cause problems? Doesn't look like it is actually lagging. It looks like it might have just been that the line on the bottom was just a different little part for the color thing, but or maybe that specific part was just lagging. It just threw me off though. I was like, oh, look at this. It looks concerning. It put me on edge. I just keep waiting for these trucks to do the speed limit, and they refuse. And I'm just hoping that I can get to a place where I can pass them, and they just refuse to let me have that. That has been like the story of tonight, is I have not had passing areas, like, basically most of the time. Oh my god, let's do this, let's do this. Let's get down. Here we go, here we go. I'm gonna pass them. I'm gonna pass all of them. Right lane ends. Made it. Ah, damn. That was short-lived. I was so excited. I was like, oh man, I'll actually be able to, do the speed limit, get ahead in life. That's not the case. Just looking at taillights. I guess the one thing I can take solace in, though, is I am halfway through this current trip, so there's at least that. I think I'm going to stop there at that next rest area. That way it can be daytime again. Because I figured it's more interesting for you guys, for me to be driving in the daytime. And to see more of the surroundings and stuff. Here we go. Aw, sweet. That worked out perfectly. I mean, to be fair, getting up at like 6 a.m. in real life, terrible. It sucks. Getting up at 6 a.m. in this game, it's perfectly okay because I didn't personally have to do it, so. I have a great method, though, as a night owl for, getting up in the morning. It's called staying up all night. Like, you can always, make it to morning time if you're still awake. Yeah, anytime I have to like get up in the morning, that's always my plan. It's not really like necessarily a great one, but it is the plan I always operate under. Like, oh yeah, if I just stay up, I can make sure that I'm awake in the morning for whatever morning activities I might be subject to. Actually, if I was smart, I would also do one of these. Do upgrade. Yes. And then we just kind of exit out of this. I always hate that, like, when you upgrade to the larger capacity garage, it always tries to, like, oh, look at your new garage, and it's like, actually, is there a setting for that? Let me check the settings really quick. If I can just turn that off, that would be fucking amazing. Like, fucking amazing. Okay. Fatigue simulation, traffic offense, preferred job length, route advisor, truck limit, route advisor speed warning, automatic parking dialogue. No. Heavy cargo warning screen. No, we don't need that. North locked. Navigation always. Best. Oh man, we could always turn this up to like crank this up to the max. Yeah, one of these days I'll do that. I like one of these days I'll just have a frustration stream for American Truck Sim. If I get to like 50 Twitch followers or like 50 YouTube subscribers, I will definitely, yeah, do that. Just crank up all the settings to max there, and then, just fucking hate my life. Show cutscenes. Um, I think that's the one we want to get rid of. Yeah, we don't need to show the cutscenes. Yeah, well, if we get to one to like hate my life streams, I will also turn down the truck stability and trailer stability. Because if you turn that down, you can turn like if you crank that to 0, like turning becomes a chore. um, advanced trailer coupling, we could do that, but not today. Trailer cables, truck under automatic retarder. Automatic engine brake, no. H. Air brake simulation. Realistic fuel consumption. I wonder how different that would be. Okay, cool. Cool. I think that means now when I upgrade my garages, I won't have to have the cutscene of it. I wish there was just a cutscene like turn off for that specifically, because like the other cutscenes that you sometimes encounter are the ones when you're doing a special mission, you're getting all loaded up and everything, and I don't mind those cutscenes as much. They're not necessarily necessary, but they can be interesting because you get to view your cargo a bit better at that point, since you get kind of an all-around angle for it. But yeah, for the regular garage upgrade cutscenes, like I don't want those. I wish there was an option to solely turn those off and not deal with those. Oh man, Jan brought in some massive income there. Was it 622 or 822? I think it was 622 actually. Let's see here. I was gonna say I'll just look at my YouTube preview for it, but then like looking at my YouTube preview, I was like, oh yeah, I have the quality turned down, so I'm not like using near as much data. Oh man, I was looking away to see what my delay on YouTube is, and like, oh man, for some odd reason my YouTube's like quite a bit delayed tonight. Like sometimes my YouTube's like basically right caught up with my stream almost, where it's like I could look at it like a second later and see whatever. But tonight does not seem to be that night. Let me just check one thing here. I just want to see if like, okay, that's why. For some odd reason, my YouTube unsynced from being live for my preview window. So let's just sync that back up. Cool. There we go. Now it's only like a couple or a few seconds behind. I mean, to be fair, for you guys watching, it should have only been like a couple or a few seconds behind. But for me, it was probably like 30 seconds, 45 seconds behind. Because yeah, I was going to look at that to see like what the amount that one driver had brought in was. But yeah, it was so far behind. I was like, wait a second, I can't see that here. I don't know why that seems to happen with me for YouTube. And it's not like, again, that YouTube is behind per se. It's that for some odd reason, while watching my stream on YouTube, it'll kick off of the live setting and just go to the, like, basically it'll be a bit behind at that point. Like, I'm still watching my own stream at that point. Because I always like to do that so I don't miss, like, if something goes wrong. But on the flip side, like, it's really hard when YouTube decides, like, oh yeah, you're not going to watch, like, you know, the quickest live feed. You're going to maybe 30 seconds or 45 seconds behind. Like, man, Streamlabs could have crashed on me and everything could be on fire and I wouldn't know because YouTube's like 45 seconds behind, you know? Oh, that was me. Tried to take that corner way too fast. I think I should be able to discover this from here. I hope. I really hope. If not, I guess I'll make a little bit of a detour. Nope. I brushed against my mouse. All hell's gonna break loose. Okay, I guess I will have to probably give over there. I'm just gonna squeeze by this guy then. It wasn't my right-of-way, but I made it my right-of-way. Okay. I'm sorry, I got like a 5 million foot road boat that I have to like turn around. Oh man. I'm getting in people's way. Let's turn to here, because I've accumulated a little bit of damage due to some less than perfect driving, we'll say. I'm not gonna say reckless, we're just gonna say less than perfect. Oh man, look at that, there's a skate park over there. Okay, now back with the journey. Very slow journey. Yeah, we're making better progress now, it seems. Like, maybe. Probably not. Very unlikely. No. Progress is not being made. Why'd they... Oh, okay. Because that person's turning. I was like, why'd they slow down so much? They basically stopped. And it's like, oh, okay, that's why. To be fair, like, it seems like people do that in real life, though. Like, just slow down or, like, stop at random, almost. And, like, come on, like, you know... If you're going to slow down or stop, at least have a valid reason for it. Otherwise, you're just interrupting traffic flow at that point. Okay, we're getting down to like the we'll call it the bottom third of this trip. I mean, we're really not quite to the bottom third, but we'll just call it that. Yeah, it'll make me feel better about it. Why don't I just go this way? Like, Oh, wait. I probably need to go to something that was that way. Let me just make sure. Let me check the map. Where am I at? Right here? Okay, there was a reason to go that way. Okay, I have a solution. That's called It Didn't Happen, bruh. Never happened. Don't know what you're talking about. Definitely was following the needed directions. I didn't think I was better than, like, the navigation that actually knew something about where I was going. Okay. Wait. Okay. I was gonna say, I think I need to go this way. Oh, man. I would never question the very great navigation of this game. It actually knows where I'm going. I've never questioned it. The 100% always accurate. Actually, usually generally is. Sometimes, like, okay, so in this game, like, generally navigation will be spot on. But yeah, sometimes it's not. The only reason I was questioning it is because it wanted me to go up further and then, yeah, basically come back around, which I guess makes sense for where I'm headed, apparently. I just figured that there should be an easier way to get to my next destination than backtracking, but I guess there isn't any easier way than backtracking. So we'll deal with it. We will deal. I'm going to show you guys this amazing glitch. It's called the, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but we're just going to call it the glitch. It's called the no speed limit. If you're like driving on like the shoulder, all of a sudden speed limit just ceases to exist. Because obviously they don't expect that people will be driving on the shoulder, you know? So we're just going to do this for a bit. Make up for some lost time. Oh, I touched the actual roadway. The hard part for doing this, though, is like you have to stay so close to the wall, so there's like no room to like really mess up. Especially since, like, you know, you're going really fast, the wall will fuck you up if you hit it. But look at this, you can see that I'm not actually speeding, so... Since there's no speed limit, I basically... We'll call this the Autobahn glitch, basically, you know. It turns any road into the Autobahn. All it requires is that you're, like, mentally deranged enough to try it. And sometimes, just sometimes, I'm mentally deranged enough to give it a courtesy go. Courtesy sniff. Let me just see the map really quick to see if I really need to. I don't need to do that full. Well, I guess I might as well do the full loop around, though. We'll go the opposite way of what it told me to. Note the Autobahn glitch does not work on places that, yeah, really have no shoulder. I think if you're driving the opposite lane, though, I think it'll make the speed limit go away. But obviously, that's not a great idea either. Because you have oncoming traffic. Oh, maybe not. I think it depends. I think, like, if you're in town driving and, like, it's, you know, like, 2-lane roads or whatever, I think you can get away with that, but I don't know that it works with, like, single-lane roads like this. Okay, let's move my mouse over so I don't bump it on accident. Okay. I'm going to take a leak really quick. I'll be back, guys. Give me like a couple of minutes, few minutes. Oh, look at that! You got back before I did. When use the restroom really quick. Will it show? Will it show what this is for me? Okay, it will not show me that, so I'll have to check that link in a bit. Well, we'll check that link next time I get to a spot to rest in this game. It's Redbubble. So that leads me to believe that it's going to be some sort of like shirt design or something. Or, and I guess upon the description might be some sort of iPad case. Hard to say. I guess I'll see when I click the link. Oh, look at this. A nice little resting area. I'm not going to rest quite yet, though. Too early. Too early for that. Ryan, you missed a... Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it would have been cool if it would have, like, given me a preview of the image, but that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna show off what I like to just call, like, the, no speed limit or Autobahn glitch. Yeah, Redbubble is very much like Zazzle. Also, I was thinking about it the other day. Like, when you'd mentioned Zazzle, I was like, Zazzle sounds familiar. And then after a lot of thought, I think that might have been where I got you that, that pillow. That Kim Il-sung pillow. So, yeah. Anyway, watch this. You see I was speeding before, and look at that. No more speed limit for me. I can go whatever speed I want. I can turn any freeway into the Autobahn if I only drive on the shoulder. You can try this in real life. I don't know if it'll work in real life, but yeah, feel free to try. I'm just not liable for any sort of thing that can happen at that point. But in this game, if you just drive solely on the shoulder, speed limits do not apply. But as soon as you touch road again, like, you're fucked. So you have to balance out, like, driving quickly with also not touching the road and also not hitting the wall. Okay, fair enough. Your Kim Il-sung butt cushion. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Zazzle's where I got that. I could be wrong, but like, I'm 95% sure I ordered it from there. It's been so long that since I ordered that I think I got rid of the confirmation email and stuff for it. Okay, we're gonna slow down. To be fair though, like, the quality of that pillow is, like, super awesome, so I don't know. I'll have to see if there's some way for me to confirm if I ordered that from Zazzle. Because if that's the case, like, if that's the print quality of their pillows and stuff, like, I don't know. I might even be willing to order, like, other pillows from there as well. In regards to Redbubble, though, I think you've seen my Lufia 2 t-shirt, like my Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinestrials t-shirt. That was actually something I'd ordered from Redbubble. And it's a pretty nice t-shirt, actually. Like, the fabric's comfortable, and, like, the print quality's pretty decent. Oh, yeah. Like, that's the cool thing with that, is that it's such, like, it's a good quality, like, pillow, so, and, like, the design hasn't faded or anything. It doesn't look like it's going to fade, so. Oh, yeah, the watch they made for you is awesome, so, yeah. I'm pretty cool with, like, the stuff they make. Like, they definitely seem to be pretty reputable. Redbubble has, like, a reputation for, like, you know, selling stuff that might be, like, other people's, like, designs and stuff. But I have never heard that they had, like, any issues with, like, quality control, per se. It just, you know, they always have, like, designs that might use other people's, like, intellectual property. But that's the only complaint I've ever heard about, like, Redbubble. Zazzle, it's kind of its own special thing since you can order just custom designs and stuff. So it's like, you know, for them, it's like you could probably use someone else's IP. But I don't think they necessarily get in trouble for it since they don't really advertise other people's IP, whereas, like, Redbubble very much seems to. So. Now, using this, like, what we call Autobahn or no speed limit glitch, I've definitely made up some time, so. This might only end up being a 3-hour stream instead of a 4-hour stream. Probably not. I'll probably end up... It'll probably take a whole 4 hours. Well, maybe not a whole 4 hours, but at least like 3.5, I imagine. I think there's still an hour in it for me. And I'll have to check and see what else. I don't know. I took kind of a look at Zazzle the other day to see what products they offered. But I didn't have anything in particular in mind, so I'll have to see if there's, like, any product that, like, really speaks to me. And then I'll have to see if there's anything in particular I would want on it. Because obviously they make some cool stuff, so I wouldn't be opposed to ordering something from them for myself. Which is really cool that they were able to apply, you know, your family crest design to a watch for you. Whoa. I was going a little bit too quickly there. just a little bit. Okay. Let's slow down a little bit. The Autobahn glitch has its limitations, like your ability to take corners. So yeah, I'll have to see if, like, there's any products that, yeah, really speak out to me that they make, because, you know, I do like things that are kind of customized for whatever personal use you may have. I don't know if they do shaker cups or not, but I think a custom shaker cup would be pretty cool. Because I have a whole collection of shaker cups, but if I had a custom one with, like, some design that I really fucking liked, you know, that'd probably be my go-to at that point. Depending on what type of shaker cup it is. If it's one with the shaker ball, probably not my go-to. But it would at least be one I'd use. This cop will watch me, like, passing on the right like this and just be like, well, he's not speeding, you know, he's on the shoulder. It is the Autobahn lane. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. It's like your watch has this design that no one else's watch has. It's like, even if, like, other parts of the watch are, like, stylistically similar to, you know, just other watches people may have, it's like, theirs still wouldn't have your family crest on it. So, yeah, it's definitely very unique. And, you know, obviously having a family crest like that, you know, makes it a lot more personal, too. So, that's pretty cool. That's kind of funny though, because I'm pretty sure that's where I ordered that pillow from. So it's funny that you end up recommending to me a site that I'd used before in the past and just completely forgotten about because I hadn't used it in so long, you know? And to be fair, I've only used it once before, and that was strictly for that pillow. Which is so, like, such an awesome fucking pillow. Like, wish I could just convey the quality of that pillow to people. Like, it is so cool, and like the dyes and stuff are so well done in it. Again, I don't know how long it's been. I guess it's been probably like 4, 5, maybe even 6 years since I've given you that pillow. Because I know I gave that to you. I'm pretty sure I gave that to you when we were still both in car rental. And, I mean, we haven't worked car rental for like 4 years now, so. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, well, it's my last day at car rental. Let me give Ryan a pillow. It's probably like, you know, at least half a year, maybe even a year before I left car rental. Just because it would just been a normal gift. So yeah, even though it's been like forever, obviously it's lasted, and it seems to keep on holding up. Dye doesn't fade, like pillow hasn't compressed or anything to like a unsalvageable point or anything. Just going strong. Ah, jeez. Oh man. Well, that just says something about it then, because yeah, that's a long time. That was a long time. You'd imagine like at some point maybe it would have faded or something, but definitely hasn't. So, and it's not like it doesn't get any use. So. Maybe I'll have to go on Zazzle and just get you, like, a couple more Kim pillows. Get you, like, basically the Kim trio of pillows. Yeah, since you already have Kim Il-sung, I'll have to get you, like, Kim Jong-il, and then, fuck, I'm trying to think. There's Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il. What's the newest one? Kim Jong-un? Is that what it is? I can't remember. Yeah, I think that's the newest one. So, yeah. Get you Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un to go with it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, that's the thing. It's like there's a little bit of wear, but it's definitely not like what you expect for most things like that for like 7 years. Oh, there we go. You could have just like a whole set of Kims for like, yeah, you could have 2 for guests and 1 for yourself at that point. Which would basically have you covered, since, you know, usually not entertaining huge parties, so. Or, yeah, you could sit on all 3. Oh, man. Oh, shit, I just realized have all the money to like buy more trucks and stuff. Let's go here. Okay, I already upgraded it, so I just need to buy trucks then and hire people. Let's hire people first. Seems like the appropriate thing to do. We'll take the lazy approach. Okay, one more. Yeah, she has like a lot of things going on for her. Okay, now we buy trucks. Actually, since I know that one's Kenworth, we'll just click that one. Cool. Right? That's 100% fair. Like, I mean, that was kind of the joke. It's like, oh, here you go. Here's a Kim Jong Il pillow. You know, show all your respect for him by sitting on his face often. Or Kim Il Sung pillow. My bad. I think I said Kim Jong Il. Yeah, no. Here's a Kim Il Sung pillow. Oh, let's turn off this way for a second. Okay, we gotta figure out the solution here. I'm just gonna cut through here. I was like, I couldn't continue speeding there because I was about to actually be speeding. And that cop would have caught me for it, and we just can't have that. This is a totally legitimate, like, non-speeding trip. You know, it's super legitimate because, you know, I might just be driving in the shoulder, and we all know that apparently when you drive in the shoulder, the speed limit does not apply. So, yeah, super legitimate. Yeah, I need to see if there's like speed runs for this game on like speedrun.com. Because if so, I think it'd be great if there's like a no infraction speed run or something, where it's like basically you make a run, be as quick as possible, and like it's not like you're not actually doing anything that wouldn't get you an infraction. It's just about not getting caught, because that'd be pretty funny. And this would be the strat right here, the Autobahn or no speed limit glitch, obviously. I don't know that it's necessarily a glitch, it's just, obviously they didn't account for this in their code, so... Exactly. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. I just realized I still have the money for, like, another, garage. Probably invest in one of those. Okay. So we're not on the shoulder, we'll slow things down a little bit. And we'll cut across some lanes of traffic. I mean, this is a legitimate like tactic, though. Obviously, since it's been legitimized by several government officials in this game already, since the police are government officials, that just makes this legitimate, Okay, that was just what we call bad luck. That was very bad luck. Okay, let's take a look at the map. We gotta see where the nearest mechanic is. That's not the one I want. Wait, maybe that was the one I want. Okay. This is not looking great. We're just gonna stop here on the shoulder. Okay. Cool. That's what we call bad luck. Terrible, terrible RNG. The worst RNG possible. This game just knew that I was doing something that was too creative for it. So it's like, okay, we're going to bring you down a couple of notches. Okay, F5, cool. Okay, we're just gonna blow through this red light. I think at this point I've thrown like the whole concept of actually following the speed limit and laws of the land out the window. Oh, that's fair. Is fire making like an easy one to level up, or is that just, did you choose that one specifically because you could throw money at it? Because I feel like that would be the reason to level that one up first would be, I can just spend the in-game currency, the gold, to get the stuff I need. Okay, cool. Oh, it's going to take that much time to burn through all of those logs? Jesus, man. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, get a quick one out of the way so that you can have the version of the cape you really want later on, so... Right, that makes sense. It's another skill you could buy at that point. You could basically buy cooking as well, and so you just buy all the raw ingredients, which you could always do cooking while you do fire making as well, since fire making is like a good way to have plenty of fires to cook with. Now this is going to be dangerous. There we go. Whew. Oh my god, there's like in-game roadblocks to my Autobahn strat. They're getting too wise to me. But yeah, no, cooking is another skill you could buy, basically. Oh, does the trimming of the cape, is it based upon the um is it based upon the cape that you received before it? So like if you get the fishing cape, would it be trimmed with the color for the fire making cape, so the orange one at that point? Because if that's the case, like if that's how the skill capes work, that would be super awesome. Then it'd be like if you were trying to get like all the different skill capes, you know, you'd be of the mind of like, okay, I got to get them in the correct order, just so I can make sure they're trimmed the way I want them to be. Okay, that's fair then. How many skill capes are you going to go for? Also, yeah, gold is it's a good color to trim with at that point. I mean, it makes it look a little bit more regal at that point, which makes sense. I mean, you put in all this time, you're like one of the best at the skill, so, you know, they should treat you as royalty for that skill specifically. Well, that's fair. I mean, orange is your favorite color, so obviously it makes sense that you'd like a cape that's the color of orange. So, that brings up the question though, are there like any armor sets or anything that have like orange to them? Or I guess the only things that would have orange, would they be ones that you trim with orange at that point? Can you trim things with orange in RuneScape? Is that a thing? Well, that's fair. Yeah, the fire making cape, like fire making in that game only serves one purpose, which is to light logs on fire. It gives you no source of income or like no real special skill, except you're able to light logs on fire. Your only skill is you're capable of arson. You're more capable of arson than like someone who hasn't maxed their fire making skill. That's your only skill. You're a better arsonist. That's what I was thinking, but I always want to make sure. Like, I didn't recall there being a lot of orange stuff in RuneScape, but I figured I might as well clarify because you know it's been so long, and as both you and I have discussed before, I had like a membership for like one whole month, so it's like I didn't really get a chance to explore all the member stuff to see if there was any options there that would have been orange, you know. Oh no. I went the wrong way. Since today is the way of illegal maneuvers, we'll have to see about pulling one here somewhere. Okay. I guess we'll follow this for a little bit longer just to see if there's any way to cut across the middle to head the opposite way, to head where I need to go. Oh, and look at that. They opened up specifically so I can make this U-turn here. Obviously why that was there. It's amazing how quick things come up on you when you're, you know, going 100 and something in this game. Yeah, okay, we're down to the last, like, little bit. I feel like there should be more time left on... Oh, wait. Actually, I realize why there's not more time left on it. Because I was only able to set a certain amount of waypoints. I was like, there is so many more towns I need to discover. And it's like, oh, yeah. There was waypoints that, I couldn't set because apparently you're only limited to 10. So I guess we probably only have one more town left. Oh, look at that cop. That cop watched me breeze by at like 101, and he's like, yeah, that's perfectly legal if you're in the shoulder. He's like, the shoulder is the Autobahn. Yeah, of course I can bypass the nearest way station. Even if it told me to pull in, I was going to bypass it anyway. This is this is not the stream where the laws of the road have been followed, so... It's like way stations, those are for law-abiding citizens. That is definitely not me tonight. Look at this. I mean, actually, I guess, yeah, look at that, man. I'm totally a law-abiding citizen. You can see that I'm not speeding on the little trip advisor on the side. You know, otherwise my speed would be red and you'd see a speed limit, so... None of those two things are there, so obviously super law-abiding. Yeah, we'll crank on our brights. I don't even care at this point. I'll blind these poor suckers. Okay. Yeah, that didn't work out quite the way I was hoping it would. Tried to squeeze me out of the game. This game's just it's looking for areas to, like, you know, ruin my whole theory. Okay, we will turn to one of these gas stations though, so we can get a little bit of shut-eye from speeding way too much. Okay, let's see. Do I have room for more drivers? It looks like I do not currently, so let's buy a new garage. That's what we need. Okay, I have a garage in each state, so I'm just going to buy some in states that I prefer. Let's buy another Wyoming one. Or no, actually, let's buy another Utah one. Oh, price, obviously. You know, price is the one. Price is where it's at. And let's just upgrade it just to not have to do that later. Save some time now. And we'll just recruit a full staff for it right now, just to not have to recruit them later. Oh yeah, we'll hire this guy. He has all the dangerous materials, qualifications. Cool. That's Peterbilt, Kenworth. Cool. Buy online, deliver to our price location, and I will be set up for a while. There we go. You know, by auto bonding, I've probably I'll probably have shaved like 45 minutes off of the estimated time to like discover all the places that I was trying to discover. Oh man, I think this is the place. And then I'll have discovered all the places that were my goal for this stream. I'll be like halfway through. Halfway through. It'll be... Okay, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat at that point, honestly. You know, sometimes, like, you have to, when you're making an omelet, sometimes you have to break some eggs, you know? That's all that was. We've discovered Kingman. And... look at this, look at this. Boom. We got to the final checkpoint there. So with that, let's see here. How many places did we discover? I think 10, actually. So, discovering 10 tonight. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more, 12 more. So, I think for those 12 that we still have left, we'll do that on another stream. I've already been streaming for almost 3 hours and 15 minutes, so I'm just going to call it there. I guess, let's see, do we have enough money for anything else? No, we don't have enough money for a garage or more drivers or more trucks, so not going to worry about that. Oh, what am I doing? Anyway, guys, I'm King Crab Zero, and this has been American Truck Sim. I will catch you guys, I guess, Sunday night when Mavericks and I do a bonus stream of Stardew Valley. And again, that bonus stream that we're doing, we're going to try for a 24-hour one, so you guys be on the lookout for that. It'll be a long one, so anyway, you guys have a good night, and we will catch you later.